in the right sector, the right time, and the right place. I think all restaurateurs who sort of think about the day where why did we ever open a restaurant? I think this is the day where we think about that we are ready. India is primed for a hockey stick growth really in the sector, and the data bears it out that the ghost of COVID is well past us. We are seeing a healthy growth in the numbers. The data clearly comes out that we are a significant contributors to the economy. Almost 1.7% of the GST comes in from us, and employment. We are one of the biggest employment generators for the country, and where the world is grappling with jobless growth, I think we are one of the biggest deployers of human capital. So I think that's one big takeaway from this. Besides that, I think the key insights will come in Sagar's presentation. But yeah, it's a long report, it's a 300-page report for us restaurateurs. It's going to be a Bible if we go through it, which I did spend bulk of the past 2 days going over. And I think there's some great insights for us to take and be future ready. So with that, I'll sort of let Sagar present.
The voice of the restaurant industry, representing over 5 lakh restaurants across 40 plus cities like Abhimanyu mentioned. And still now, between the 4th and the 5th report, we had a COVID impact report also, because COVID was a one-off in most of our generations in our lifetime, and it had a major impact on the industry. But the first report was out in 2007, and since then we've had the opportunity to present the 5th report to you today. The reason to do this report is to get data about the health of the industry, about where it's moving, where it's growing, how it's growing, to know about the best practices, the do's, the don'ts, and how the shape up of the industry has been over years in a market like India, which is highly a consumption-centric market, and where food, which is an emotion, literally drives the market of consumption. And what I'm really happy about is, and you will see in this presentation that all of us as a fraternity, we're very resilient. We were able to survive COVID, which is a very, very big thing. So yeah, we'll start with this report. We'll generally move forward, but to give you a macro economic overview, India is the 5th largest economy. You all know. The last financial year, the GDP grew by almost 7.6%. respectively. However, the food service industry has been growing at 8.1% at a CAGR of 8.1% for the last 4 years, consecutive cuisines, right? So COVID has led to a bigger impact in getting that happening, because I think earlier people would consume only for taste, and we will come to different parameters as to why people eat, why India eats. But it's not just about the taste, man. It's also about the health, about the perception of health, about wellness. So that's a big, big aspect. If we move forward, very proud to say that we as a fraternity are the 2nd largest employment sector. So currently the fraternity employs 85 lakh plus people, and this will move to 100 lakh people in the next 3 to 4 years. So the hotels and hospitality sector, which is away from the restaurant industry, which is largely standalone restaurants. So yes, a lot of progress, a lot of strides being made there. If I move further, GST, everyone's talking about GST. Unfortunately, we don't get GST input, and that's sort of a major ask, but we contribute 1.7% of the GST to the nation, right? So imagine, I think it's an industry which is coming close to 2%, and this number will only keep growing. Like organized is growing, this will also grow. And as more and more people come into the gambit of organized, it's only going to create a much larger number, a larger fraction of GST. If I move further, this is one side I'm really proud of. So if you guys see in 2019 when we did the last report, we were at 4.23 lakh crores, right? The industry was very, very big. It was supposed to grow at a CAGR of 7%. We reached in 2021 to 2 lakh crores because of COVID. So we actually became half, less than half we declined. And I'm so proud to say that we've bounced back so well that we've come to 5.69 lakh crores, which is grown by literally 300% from when 2021 happened, when COVID happened. Let's come to Calcutta now, and today we are doing, who's also the Principal Secretary for Tourism. The tourism department is something where we come into at the moment, so she's very relevant to our industry. She'll be coming over and doing the launch of this report, and each one of you will be getting a copy of that, and I hope you guys stay back for her presence. However, 8,055 crores is the size of the Kolkata food service market. 7th in rank. I personally feel Calcutta is the food capital of the country. Another reason for that is that, maybe we don't eat out too much because we cook really good food at home, right? Our mothers, our wives, our helps at home really know how to make the best of meals, and in Kolkata, I feel we understand the taste of food, right? We are number 7. Number 1 would be Bombay, Navi Mumbai, which would be at 55,000 crores plus. Delhi NCR, which is Delhi, Gurgaon, Noida combined, would be at 46,000 crores. Number 6 would be a Hyderabad at 10,000 crores. And I'm very confident, very sure that in the coming years we will cross the 10,000 mark very, very soon. And with NRAI now taking the lead, promise you that in the next report we will be in top 5. And that's the request we make to Nandini ma'am today, as well as to the state government to take our suggestions, our recommendations seriously, so that we can be in the top 5. It's at 26%, which is at 8,608. A very shocking number for me was, fine dine restaurant are only at 97. So, we people enjoy our food, we love our food, but we're so emotional about it. At the same time, the fine dine restaurant sector has not really grown or reached its pinnacle or peak in Kolkata. So there's a lot of there's a lot of room for growth there. And I do see a lot of national and international brands coming and setting up shop in Kolkata, which is again a shocking revelation. I will again go back to this slide. Yeah. Rupees 970 is the average spent per person per month. The per month number is missing here in this slide, but it's 970 rupees average spent per person per month, national average. Kolkata is at 960, so a 10 rupees difference. I think we are more value conscious, so I think that would be the value kind of a fraction change there. In delivery, the number is not here, but the national average per person per month is at 1,300. Kolkata would be around 1150 to 1200 there. And for Kolkata, to make it more interesting. Another very interesting insight where we can, compare the nation to Calcutta. Yeah. Now, like I said, we are the 7th largest in India. What can get us to top 5? There's a list of suggestions and recommendations that we have for the establishment. Definitely, we want 24/7 operations. I think India is growing. The Gen Z and the millennials, the young population, is working hard but partying harder. Yet we don't have industry status. We're asking for industry status. We're asking for a ministry. Our industry comes with a lot of compliances, a lot of issues. So we're just asking for that status, that one relevant person or a department that we could go to with all our issues. So yeah, these are the issues that we broadly highlighted nationally and at a local level, and we will be taking up with the different establishments, departments. The NRAI Kolkata chapter is meeting the excise commissioner, I think, in the month of August with many of these asks, and I'm sure that many of them will be accommodated. Trust me, if we get that support, like I say, you can't clap with one hand, you need 2 hands to clap. If we get this support from the establishment, from 46.9% organized and roughly 53% unorganized, this will reverse in the next 3 to 4 years. Surprisingly, Calcutta is 55% organized already. So Calcutta is growing faster in the organized sector as compared to the rest of the country. So I will not be surprised to see more organized growth happening in Calcutta, because I think you are seeing so many startups in the F&B space coming in, you are seeing so many restaurants open. On an average, you are seeing almost between 20 to 25 restaurants open in Calcutta per month. 30,000. That's huge, that's massive.
So post-COVID, what your report is showing?
Percent of the food service sector in India at the moment. The next between 10 to 40 is the next level of growth, which 21% comes from there. However, like I mentioned in my presentation, that earlier the tier 2, tier 3 cities were growing at a faster CAGR, but the organized there was only 20%. Today, the organized there has also gone to 40%. So a lot of entrepreneurship.
Even national chains are going deeper and they are finding new markets in tier 2 and tier 3. So I mean, including Sagar and Wow Momo. But if you look at all the international QSRs who have sort of come into the city, if you look at Starbucks, they are who would have thought people would pay 200, 300 rupees for a cup of coffee, right? But they are, if you look at the markets that they are going into, are all tier 2, even sort of quasi tier 3 as well, right?
So I was surprised to know that Starbucks is there in 62 cities. And Domino's is selling a 300 rupee pizza in more than 300 cities. सर्व करें ताकि वो अपना फेस्टिवल एंजॉय कर सके अच्छे से और कुछ मेमोरीज क्रिएट कर सके और वापस हमारे पास आ सके. बट अगर आप देखो कि कलकत्ता के लिए एज अ फूड सेक्टर, तो लास्ट ईयर हमने एक इंडिया रेस्टोरेंट समिट किया था जो JW मैरिट में था. तो 1200 रेस्टोरेंट ओनर्स फ्रॉम ऑल ओवर इंडिया वहाँ पे थे.
सर सीधा एक साथ देखिएगा सर.
वो स्माइल.
सर सामने सर स्टेट देखिएगा सर.
So once more. Okay. Thank you. Sir.